Hey everyone, my name is Martin Sibley. I'm one of the co-founders of Disability Horizons magazine, and I'm really excited to share with you today a few points actually. I want to start with the backstory, a little bit of Disability Horizons for those of you that aren't so aware of how it all evolved and what it's come to be. Our new expanded mission, which is very exciting developments from our side, and really most importantly, how you guys can get involved both to have that personal development yourself, but also in the longer run to really help us make the most impact possible for the community of disabled people and the larger aim of inclusion. So in terms of Disability Horizons, it started soon after a trip that myself and a friend called Shrin Madapalli, who were both in wheelchairs, and we went on this holiday around California. And when we were there, we came up against all sorts of barriers in both the planning and actually being there, and a number of levels you can imagine, from equipment and care and funding and access to places on the trip. But in the end, it was a very positive, amazing trip. And really, Disability Horizons, the idea of it all was and still is that the magazine gives other disabled people a platform to be able to share their great experiences, like with our trip, but also how they overcame the many barriers that we all face so that others can not just be interested and entertained in what's possible, but know how to actually overcome those barriers. And also, we are pretty aware that at times the barriers are insurmountable, and actually that's fine to just have a tribe and a community that you can talk to and support each other when things aren't going so well. And from that idea and launching back in 2011, we've published all too many articles on lots of amazing topics. We have 2 to 4 articles every week, so you can think how many we've probably published already. We've got a lot of followers on social media. On the website, we get about 50,000 visits a month at the moment. We have lots of email subscribers as well. And more recently, we've created the DHorizons tribe, which is a sort of private Facebook group for people to feel more, just to have the privacy to ask questions and be supportive without the feeling of the public's gaze and some of the random people that can end up on the internet. So that's really where we've got to. And then in terms of our new expanded mission, really it's just the simple fact that we believe that nobody should be excluded from societal barriers. And actually what's quite interesting is that does take you a little bit even away from disability, that in the end it's particularly attitudinal barriers that disable any person. And then when we come back into the disability world, of course there are more environmental barriers and procedural barriers that are specific to disabled community. But in the end, we just want to be able to work much harder to both support disabled people in their day-to-day life, and also to start looking at how government policy and business policy is more open and inclusive, and removing those barriers that we keep talking about, really. So one of the things that we're already doing for that is we've launched this Access All Areas Patreon page where you get early access to the mentoring videos with amazing disabled role models and their coaching tips and expertise, and also our group coaching sessions as well. So there's that direct benefit that you get as a disabled person, or even could be other aspects of families and professionals will get a lot out of it as well. But really, we want to be able to go beyond that as well. It's a big, for us, a big shift forward to do some of the coaching and mentoring, but we want to go even bigger and better than that. And that's really where you guys come in terms of what are your ideas for influence and change, how involved can you get, and how we really can build out a bigger movement from what we've already created from the magazine. And so to that extent, we're just here, the platform's set up, the community's expanding. We'd just love to hear from you of what your ideas are. Now, specifically with the Patreon page, there is an angle of it that we are looking to raise much needed funding. And so we've learned over time that for those that are not willing and not able to fund, this is cool. There's no problem. If you're not willing or able, there's no judgment, and we're fine with it. But for those that are willing and able to put in some financial support, it's just going to help us cover all of the infrastructure costs that we have. The magazine is really run by volunteers, for the articles to be edited, for the social media posts that go out, all the things that go on behind the scenes. There's quite a lot going on behind when you run a magazine, I can affirm to you. But in the end, the more this money comes in is going to be to help us build towards these future ideas. So whether it's the lower end of the monthly pledges or up to the higher ones, it's totally up to you. Have a look below at the amounts and also the rewards that we've created for you. They are in dollars, so for those not in America, it's a bit annoying that we couldn't do it in your currency, but actually it's no different. You're able to use PayPal and any other method, and that's all going to still come through to us. So yeah, please do support, even though it's within dollars from all around the world. And if you're in America, then obviously that's all fine for you too. But yeah, if you have any questions, get in touch with us on our website, disabilityhorizons.com, or on our social media channels. Most of all, I'm just really blessed to have you all in the community that we've built up and sharing these same ideas and values, and really looking for you guys to join and get more involved with the creation of new projects and new ideas. So thanks once again, and I'll see you on the other side.